Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Crystal. Last episode we got done beating the gym and our rival at this route, and we're going into Ilex Forest today. We're going to be venturing into Goldenrod. I think that's what it will lead to. But to do that first, we have to do a few things. So let's talk to this guy. Oh man, my boss is going to be steaming. The Farfetch that cuts trees for charcoal took off on me. I can't go looking for it here in the Ilex Forest. It's too big, dark, and scary for me. Okay, so what we need to do is find the Pokemon that he lost inside of the forest. There it is. Oh, random encounter. Let's see what it is. Okay, Oddish. That's a pretty good Pokemon. Pretty decent grass type if you do not pick Chikorita like I did. So if you really need a grass type, I'd probably recommend Oddish. He's probably the best grass type you can do other than our Chikorita. And you get a poison type as well. Okay, I'm going to be cutting off the rest of the random encounters though, if we get any. So we hit that Farfetch'd, he went running. What we need to do is grab him from the back. So pretty sure I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to grab all the items first. And we're actually going to move Ghastly from the front of the party. He takes a little bit long to, he has a shiny animation, so it takes a little bit longer for him to be moving out. Okay. Alright, here we are. I think I gotta cut around here, maybe? I don't know, I haven't done this in a while. I'm used to the Heart Gold Soul Silver version where you just Alright. I'm gonna try this one more time. Wait, let's do it like that. This can be a little bit difficult. If I'm having too much trouble, I will just cut this little part out till I get it. I hope you guys understand. But I know, you know, this is maybe not your thing necessarily to watch me just troubleshoot this puzzle. And with that, we got it. We just have to touch him here and down, so he runs down. All right, we got it. Let's keep pushing him forward, and you want to push him to the boy, to his owner. There we are. And like that, he is retrieved. Because I don't have a badge. Oh, the Farfetch won't obey him because he doesn't have the badge, like our Rocky who wasn't obeying us till we got the badge. All right, let's talk to the boss. Oh, my Farfetch'd. You found it for us, kid. Without it, we wouldn't be able to cut trees for charcoal. Thanks, kid. Now, how can I thank you? I know. Here, take this. We got HMO1 that is cut. That will allow us to cut trees in the overworld. Certain trees, not every tree, but certain ones. Trees that look like this. So it says a tree can be cut. We're going to teach it to one of our Pokemon. You should find it in your HM/TM bag. Let's teach it to somebody. Only Chikorita can learn it. Yeah, we can teach that to Chikorita. I want a good, yeah, we don't need tackle. Learn cut. Now, some of you are probably cringing. I can't believe you just taught a pretty, you know, mild HM to one of your permanent members, but we did, and it's alright. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Chikorita's moveset isn't going to be that strong either. X attack, not a great item, especially for me when I don't really like using items in battle. I think it's kind of cheap, but if you do, those can be pretty helpful. That'll boost your attack in battle. You can use it like you would a potion, but it will boost your Pokemon's attack stat. Done with that Oddish. I keep running into Oddishes. That's what every time I cut them out, I'm just getting a new Oddish. Another Oddish. Oh my god. Yeah, Oddish is pretty decent. It's poison. Pretty sure you can go Vileplume with it. Turns into Vileplume, which is grass poison. And it can also turn into forgot the name. I think it's Blossom. Yeah, Blossom. I think that's Oddish. That's Oddish's other evolution, final evolution. It is just pure grass. So it's probably a little bit worse because you want dual types usually. Okay, we got TM Headbutt. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good TM. Pretty great attack for the early game. I think it's like 70 power. And it can also, we can also hit trees with it. So you can like headbutt a tree like that. You press A on it, just like you would with a cut tree, and you'll be able to headbutt it, which means you can get whatever Pokemon is sleeping in it or is staying in the tree. You'll like knock it out of the tree, and you'll be able to fight or catch it. So it's a pretty good way to get some of the strongest Pokemon in the entire game. You can get a bunch of strong guys like that, like Heracross like that. You can get Pokemon like Heracross, as I was mentioning before. You can also get weaker Pokemon like Apom, who's not very good in this game. He gets better in the remake, but not in this initial one. All right, now we're in this route, Route 34. Okay, I wanted to show off this Pokemon here. This is Drowsy. I was going to cut this encounter, but Drowsy's not bad. There's better psychic types than Drowsy, though, so he's a little bit outclassed by people like Abra. But if you want kind of a fun Pokemon with a little more bulk, use a Drowsy. They're not bad. All right, we're gonna fight these trainers too. My Pokemon are a little bit weak, a little bit well, they're weak and they're a little bit damaged, but I think we should be fine. I'm gonna face this trainer with a Ghastly. Let's see how we do. Yeah, I just wanted to discuss, as we go into Goldenrod, I've been thinking a lot more about my team, about my future team. And yeah, I think I have pretty much everything kind of planned out at this point. I have everything that I want to use and that I feel like would be a good part of the team. I was actually looking at Quillfish. I was really thinking about using one because he has decent attack. It's like 95 attack, 95 speed, which is pretty good for single player. You really don't need anything higher. Not to say it doesn't help, but 95 is adequate. But you cannot get Quillfish until Kanto, so that kind of sucks. Perhaps the ROM edit I'm playing of this game actually changes that a little bit, but I don't feel comfortable taking advantage of that. I kind of want to play as vanilla as possible. So, you know, I'll take advantage of some of the tweaks that are present in this ROM hack, like the running tweak they added, the running shoes, and I don't know, some of the mild changes. But changes where Pokemon changes, it's not my thing. So we won't be using any of those Pokemon, but I'll be able to encounter some of them, like Houndoom. It's a Kanto only Pokemon that's findable in this in early routes in this ROM. So we're not going to be using them though. But if you're wondering, like you know, why maybe I don't mention it, that's why. If I you know, see one of those Pokemon out in the wild and I never talk about it, that's why. I just don't feel like it would fit what I'm trying to do with this LP. Hope you guys understand. So yeah, I was thinking of using Quillfish, but he's only in Kanto, and I was also looking closer into Corsola, who's the other water type I was looking at, kind of obscure water type I was looking at. Corsola's not very good, really kind of weak, like I think like 75 special attack, so kind of really hard to use. But along with Corsola and Quillfish, I was also looking at another Pokemon, a little more popular, some would say, probably a lot more popular. We're gonna challenge this this little trainer. He's just gonna try to brag with us, and we're gonna beat him. So I was thinking of another Pokemon, another water type Pokemon, and that Pokemon would be Lapras. Lapras is a Gen 1 Pokemon, and I kind of want to use primarily Gen 2 Pokemon. So sadly, we might have to break a little bit of that rule. We've already broken it with Ghastly, but we might have to break it a little bit more just to add Lapras onto the team. Lapras is pretty good. It would fill out two of the things we need. A good ice type, which Lapras is, because there's a lot of dragon types in the late game that are really, really scary, and Lapras would do good work on them. And also, Lapras is a great water type, so Lapras is really a win-win. So I'm thinking really, really into using a Lapras. I'm also thinking of using Hitmon Top. I would usually use Hitmonlee, but because I wanted to use Gen 2 Pokemon, I might go Hitmon Top. So we might be using that, you might be seeing that. And I was also thinking about normal types like Stantler. Could use a Stantler or maybe a Milk Tank, we'll see. I guess it's kind of, you know, I'm just kind of going around seeing what works. I'm not too decided, as I was saying. I'm just trying to think about in my mind what would be fun to see. So we'll go one of those Pokemon maybe. I was also thinking an electric type. Not entirely sure who. Could go Magnemite on that. Right now I'm going to be going into this daycare center though. Alright, in this daycare what you can do is I think you can talk to this guy. And he will give us an egg. He will give us an egg of a Pokemon egg for ourselves. And this can be this is one of the coolest things about Pokemon Crystal. I always thought this was one of the coolest parts of Pokemon Crystal that wasn't in the remake of Crystal, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. This is a Pokemon egg, and it can evolve into multiple different Pokemon. It can evolve into all pretty decent Pokemon. They can turn into, I'm not going to do the full list because I might forget one or two, but I think it can turn into every baby Pokemon. So that would be Tyrogue, who can turn into Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan, who I was discussing earlier. It can also turn into Pichu, the baby form of Pikachu, who I guess you would know. It can also turn into Magby, who's Magmar's baby, and Electabuzz as well. Electabuzz's baby. And Jinx's baby form too, Smoochum. Okay, we're just going to get to the top of this giant mall too. Going to be getting to the very top of it. It's a little difficult. Okay, we actually didn't need to get to the top floor. We just wanted to get to the second to last one. We wanted to go to this little vending machine. This is why I came in here. You can get a bunch of really cheap stuff here. I'm going to grab the fresh water. That's really cheap. And it will restore a bunch of health. These are like cheaper potions, so I really recommend it. I will get back to you after I buy a whole bunch of them. Alright, I'll jump cut. Okay, after buying another 7 or so, I am back, and we're just going to be getting down from this little tower, and we're going to be exploring more of this big city. We're going to be getting something. This is Goldenrod City. This is the biggest city in the game. A lot of things happen here, and we're not going to explore it all today in today's episode, but we are going to grab a few things. We're going to be going around here to grab the bike. I believe this is the bike. Oh, not this. No, the next house is the bike. This is how you get it. You just talk to the guy and he will give you a bike, and he wants like free advertisement, and that's the whole idea of why you get it. So he'll loan you the bike, and don't worry about ever giving it back. You get it for free pretty soon. You start riding it, and he sells a bunch of them, and he says you can keep it. That's what you get for selling a whole bunch of bikes. So it's a pretty great thing to pick up. We kind of have the running shoes in this little hack, so it's not really necessary like it is in vanilla. But, you know, if you're feeling like the game is a little bit slow, I highly recommend the bike. Okay, and with that, I think we're going to be closing off for today's episode. We've made it to Goldenrod. Next episode, what we're going to be doing is going to the Goldenrod City Gym. It's a pretty difficult one. This is widely considered probably the hardest gym in all of Pokemon history. So this will be a pretty hard challenge. This is against Whitney. She's not easy. So we're going to be in trouble next episode. So if you guys want to see me get challenged, check out the next episode.